Oh, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Here we are. Beautiful day.
Yes.
I know the world just keeps sliding into more and more turmoil, and we just gonna keep on keeping on, as the old folks used to say. Right? But moving forward, let me check my microphone, make sure my microphone's on. I had to make sure the microphone was on. All right, so where we at? Where did we leave off?
We're starting Leviticus 24 and 1.
And Yah spake with Musa, saying, command the children of Israel that they bring of their own. No, I had no plans on going into this today. You got the calendar the other day, and we took yesterday off taking care of personal business. You know, we got to stay on top of our own personal health. You know, the sister got herself a shawl.
Yes, being restored back.
She got her shawl, no fringes.
No fringes.
Right? And then I got my shawl, but mine has fringes. So this is my cover, you know? And so now we went out, we took care of business, we went out, we did a little shopping, I got me my bonnet, you know what I'm saying? Well, it's not a bonnet, but
Your tam.
no, I got the keeper, but I got locks. So, normally the keeper fit tight to the skull, to your head. But I got my locks now, and I wanted a keeper that would fit. And so I got me one, and it fit. See? So
Yes.
now I got a keeper to wear with locks.
Yes.
So now, if this is a problem. I'm going to just come out and say it. This is a problem. It says for us to bring of our own. This is a commandment.
Yes.
So in order for us to have our own, to commit to this law, we have to buy land. In order to buy sufficient enough land, we need to buy land together. We have to work it together. You can get more from a system. You have more buying power. You have more organization. You can do more because you can't do it all by yourself. You know where most businesses die at? They die in outsourcing.
Yes.
Okay? So as you grow, you cannot have everything in-house.
Right.
And then you start to outsource. And then the person you're outsourcing to, because you have need of them, you have to meet their demand. And then they start cannibalizing certain aspects of your business.
Right.
Right? And so it becomes a problem. Right? So now you say, oh, that's not true. Yeah? I'm going to show you right now. So right now, all of America's warehousing and factories and of the place of the factories where they make everything, the world's factory warehouse is China. The factories used to be in the United States, but the United States wants to be more like their governing nation. So the United States wants to be like England,
Right.
and receive a check, and somebody else does the work. So everybody want to be the boss,
Right.
and then have other people doing the work. And so the United States wants to be like England now, and it wants to be the boss and make somebody pay them for the work because that's how England was. And England is what gave birth to the United States. So all the factories now in China because they didn't want to pay. They don't want to pay. And you say, why don't they want to pay? It's just money. Yeah, they don't want to pay money. They're trying to keep a disparity between rich and poor. Every man that comes in with us, every man that will receive his inherited land, his inherited portion, that man is a king. He will rule over his land. Right? Now, as being part of the kingdom, this person can be a regular person. He's still a king. He owned his land and he rules it.
Right.
Any mistakes in rulership, according to our law, is the only way we can address him.
Right.
Hey, wait a minute. This is a mistake. You don't want to go this way with your land.
Mm-hmm.
If you do these things, it will cause a problem. We don't stop him.
Right.
He has to actually do it and cause the problem. Then he receives the full punishment. But he's a king nonetheless.
Right. Over his own land.
Over his own land. So you make a mistake in judgment. You make a mistake with the law according to how the governing body, right? So what are we governing? In our kingdom, we govern the men. The men govern their land.
Right.
So the governing body only is governing the people. It's not governing the land. The people govern their land.
Right.
So you say it's governing it's governing the men. It tells the men how to govern each his possession and his household.
So what about those that says that our lifestyle is not a governmental system?
That person is a fool. Don't you stop talking to him. This law is a law of a governing body to govern a nation. This law is not a law for you to live under a different governing nation, a government body, and keep this as a religion. Anybody who teaches you that is a liar and a fool. So this law is for that. It is for governing a nation. Okay? So now it says, bring of your own. All right? So we're bringing of our own pure beaten olive oil for the light. So now we have to buy the land with and have some olive trees, hopefully already on it.
Right.
Now I got my eyes on a piece of land that's got some olive trees already on it. We may need to go and purchase that.
Right.
See? So we need to purchase things. Now I might have to purchase that land and the surrounding land around it to make it do what I need it to do. Because we have to eat some of these olives.
Yes.
And we have to make olive oil. So there's two things have to be done here.
Okay, quick question, because it was talking about the beaten olive oil for the light and the lamps. Now, I know that when we're building the things for the incense, it's separate from with everyone else. Is it the same way with the olive?
No, olive oil is olive oil.
Okay, so
But
it don't have to be separated.
Right. It's saying pure beaten olive oil for the light, that the lamps may burn continually on the day of Sabbath and on the day of work.
Ooh.
So if you have a lamp and you're talking about this is an oil lamp,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
This is more than just the candelabrum. This is any lamp, right?
Yes.
So you need oil because you're going to have and need light so that this light can burn continually throughout the day of Shabbat and the day of work. This light don't have to go out.
Wow.
Can you pour oil in the lamp on the Shabbat? Yeah. You just can't light the fire.
So it's best to do it the day before or the night before?
The night before, it just continually burns. You just keep topping it up.
Oh, okay.
It should have more than enough oil to last you through the day.
Great.
You see, so you constantly filling it because you know what you have to do. Now, if you don't have the oil of your own, you're not going to have enough because that means you got to buy oil from somebody else. And now you have to watch how much you burn because it will run out.
Right.
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
It will run out. So now you meter in and you're trying to measure because you're trying to make it last so you don't have to buy it. So now you need oil burning lamps
Mm-hmm.
And let the ants burn on olive oil and grow the olive oil so you're self-sufficient.
Yes.
Self-sufficiency. So bring of your own. This is a commandment. So this way you're not energy dependent on somebody else.
Mm.
Outside of the veil of the testimony forevermore, this is the candelabrum.
Okay.
Okay? Because the Shekinah dwelleth in Israel in the tabernacle of ordinance, shall Aaron order it from evening till morning before Yah continually by everlasting statute until your generations. So this is saying, because this is the Levite blood, right? So this is concerning what is happening inside the tabernacle,
Okay.
right? So he has to continually work and order this every day. But it cannot be of outside oil. It has to be pure for what the children of Israel grow pure. And everybody have pure. Everybody have pure.
That's the benefit of having our own land, because we determine what we use, how we use to grow our own food sources and
Right.
our animals.
So that people say, well, on the Shabbat, you're not allowed to kindle a fire. You're right. You're not allowed to kindle it. However, you can keep the fire that is going.
Mm.
You see?
Yes, sir.
So the Levites, when they start the fire never goes out. What are they doing? They're consistently feeding
Feeding it.
the fire. They're not going out to look for wood. They have all the wood stored up that they need for the fire and everything else. They just add wood to it in order.
Yes. Yes. And there's actually a list of the trees that they're supposed to
There's a
use
list.
to burn.
There's a list of the trees. So how you make holy fire, there is an ingredient list, and it must be followed with specific specifications.
Wow.
If it is followed with specific specifications, the fire will light without you kindling it.
Right.
I don't believe that, brother. I don't care what you believe. Because it don't concern your belief. All that matters is that I follow the instructions, I assemble it at the right place at the right time, and be done to the specifications, and then it prove itself. If I haven't done it, then there's no way I could see it.
Right.
If there's a specified place and location and a time that is supposed to be done, I have to achieve all of those things first. So I have to buy the land and get the olive oil to prove that we have the olive oil and say we did everything that this instruction manual said, and it didn't work. Because it's not guaranteed to work at no other time than when you got it right.
Right.
So you got to work to get it right. And once you got it right, then you could say whether or not it worked.
Yes. Yes.
And thou shalt take flour and bake thereof 12 cakes according to the 12 tribes. 2/10 shall be 1 cake. Okay? So 2/10 of flour shall be 1 cake. And I know everybody's like, what's 2/10? We'll get into that. I got to get back into we'll get into the measures and where they are. Because if you want to understand this, I have to read from a whole nother book. And then reference that book back to this to show you what the measurements are.
Okay.
Okay? So I don't want to get into that because it takes away from you first getting your first read of the law. This is the foundation. Okay? And thou shalt set them in 2 rows, 6 in one order and 6 upon the other, upon the table in its purity, as it is ordained before Yah. And thou shalt put upon the orders pure frankincense, that it may be an oblation of memorial bread before Yah. So all of this has to be of ours. So we have to get the frankincense trees. If you didn't know, frankincense and myrrh come from trees.
Right.
And we have to tap the tree to get the sap to leak out. And then we harvest the sap from the tree. That's how you get frankincense. Okay? So now we have to get land and put a bunch of frankincense trees and start growing frankincense trees in abundance for ourselves. You're going to need bees to pollinate the trees to get them to be fruitful and multiply as needed. So now you have to get bees too.
Right.
Okay? And then as the bees multiply, you split the beehive and you go and you get more land, plant more stuff, and you got more bees. This is how it goes. It's a never ending cycle. Okay? So now we have to have a beekeeper. I'm a certified beekeeper. So I've kept bees before and I've harvested honey before. I know everything that is needed to harvest honey and to keep the bees. All right. I already have that established in one place. We have to establish it here now in this land to get this developed, to get it going. Okay. And thou shalt put upon the orders pure frankincense, that it may be an oblation of memorial bread before Yah. From Sabbath day to Sabbath day, he shall order it anew before Yah, continually from the. All right. So, picking back up where we left off.
Verse 8 with the bread you was talking about.
All right. Okay, and thou shalt put upon the orders pure frankincense, that it may be an oblation, a memorial of bread before Yah, from Sabbath day to Sabbath day. He shall order it anew before Yah continually from the children of Israel. This shall be an everlasting statute. So now you need the frankincense, you need the flour yourself, so you have to grow your own flour, right? And you have to be making this continually before Yah. And notice this term. So from Sabbath day to Sabbath day. So this is an 8-day sequence. So it's 0. Consider Shabbat 0. Okay. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And on the 7th day, this start another 0. So it's counting from 2 0 points. It's 7 days. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
So the Levites are always on this cycle and they have to keep this and work this. And this is Sabbath day to Sabbath day. So how do the Levites keep Shabbat? The Levites actually have a separate rest day. They don't rest on Shabbat. They rest on different days. They have a rotation. Okay? So the Levites have a different day of rotation. So if you worked on the Sabbath day, you don't rest on the Sabbath day. You're going to rest the day after the Sabbath, maybe the day before the Sabbath, any other day, but the Sabbath day will be your day of rest.
Now the memorial bread, do the priests make that, or
The priest is making the bread.
So they're
That's
bakers
why,
too.
That's why they have to have the flour. So the priests are receiving all raw materials, but it must be of what we grow as a people. So if we're not growing it, then they can't receive it purely from us. You cannot go to the store and get flour.
Right.
This has to be flour that wheat and flour we brought in. We ground it. This is the only way to ensure that the priest is receiving the best
Of the best.
the best, and it's pure.
Right.
Because as you can see, you order rice from China, that now you finding out some of the rice is plastic,
Yeah.
right? So you can't go to the store. You need to know that this is pure, and the only way to ensure it is that you grind it yourself. Okay? You grind it. So you grew the wheat, you threshed it, you collected it, right? After you collected it, now you grind it, you sift it, and you give it to them.
Wow.
Finely sifted flour. This is the best of the best. So he received pure flour. He doesn't have a problem because he got it from you. He knows you got it from the ground up.
Verse 9.
And it shall be for Aaron and for his sons, and they shall eat it after they have taken it from off of the table of the holy place, for it is most sacred to him of the oblations of Yah by everlasting statute.
Wow.
So they're eating it every day. Now notice he says Aaron and his sons. When the Most High says Aaron and his sons, he means the entirety of the tribe of Levi. Why is he saying Aaron and his sons? Because he gave them all to Aaron like unto sons. Aaron is the head of the tribe, so he says to Aaron and his sons. But these are all Aaron's princes under him. Princes under Aaron. Doesn't matter what Levite tribe you are, all of the princes, they are entitled to this.
Wow.
Now you say, what about the high priesthood? Well, the high priesthood, yes, they are separate. They are anointed to conduct the sacrifices and conduct certain things. Okay? But when you're talking about eating it, it goes to all the house of Levi. Right? Now, of course, the high priest, he has first. He's there when it's made. But it says this is just an offering, and they're eating this at the end of the night.
Right.
It's the end of the day. You're getting ready to make some fresh. You make the fresh ones, you take the old ones off. Here, eat this.
Right.
It ain't stale. It's made today.
Right.
And if they ever making it on shift, this goes out, a fresh batch goes up there. It's ever present. So you exchange it fresh.
Right.
The rest is eaten. Oh, but he put frankincense on it. Yeah, he put frankincense on it. I know you're crying. Nobody asked you. Nobody asked you. And then here it is.
Verse 10.
All right. But a wicked man, a rebel against the Allah of heaven, had come out of Mitzrayim. Oh, we're getting into a story. Now we're getting ready to practice judgment. Okay, we're going to practice some judgment. You've heard the law a couple of times, and now we're going to practice some judgment. So I'm going to show you, this is our first test of the law which we read. A wicked man. Okay? Now I'm not going to label him wicked yet. Let's just say a man. Right? A rebel against the God, the Allah of heaven. Well, we're not going to say he's a rebel yet. We don't know what he's done. Okay? So a man came out of Mitzrayim, the son of a Mitzrayite woman. All right.
The son of Mitzrayite man.
Of the son of a Mitzrayite man. Okay. So this man came out of Egypt. He's a Western man, and he's the son of a Western man. All right. So he don't have nothing. He ain't got no inheritance. He's just coming out to be with us because he thought it was cool at the time. He thought it was a good idea. And had gone in unto his wife, who conceived and bare a son among the children of Israel.
Yeah, he killed the man of Israel in Mitzrayim.
Right. And who had killed the man of Israel in Mitzrayim. So this man killed an Israelite man in Egypt, in the West, and had gone into his wife. So you killed this dude and took his wife, right? And took his wife, and who conceived and bare a son among the children of Israel. So now you killed this man, seduced this woman, bear a son unto her, and now you came in to the congregation, right? And while the Israelites were dwelling in the wilderness, he had sought to spread his tent in the midst of the tribe of the children of Dan, but they would not permit him. Okay, so you have an infiltrator. Now I can see the wickedness
Of this man.
of this man and a rebel against the Allah of heaven, because what he's trying to do is take this mixed blood son. The woman is Israelite, blood. The man is some other nation from the West, from Egypt. Okay? This woman Israelite, this man, some other nation. And now he is trying to get his son accepted into the tribe as if his son is a part of the tribe.
You know, some people getting ready to get mad.
It's all right. We've come to this time. We're going to exercise judgment.
Yes.
So this has happened in antiquity where infiltrators have tried. But we have the example of the law to know what the judgment is and how we're going to judge it. So the elders of Dan, the leaders of Dan, the Sanhedrin of Dan, they would not permit him, because in the arrangements of Israel, every man dwelt with his family by the ensign. We're going to get to this ensign business. So there's an ensign, which means there is a family sign that marks out where the tribes are. By the ensign of their father's house. And they contended, they argued together in the camp. And the son of the Israelitess, the Israelite woman, with a man of Israel who was of the tribe of Dan, went to the house of judgment. So now this son, of course, with this foreign man whom she married, right? Now, I'm going to show you, first of all, the corruption of this woman. Because this woman married this man in Egypt, in the West, knowing that this man killed her then husband. She married him to get ahead. She married him to have status in Egypt. She married him to be successful in Egypt. And now that Egypt has fallen, now she wants the same thing from her side of the family, because this man gave her status in Egypt. She now have to exchange the favor to give this man and his son now status in our country. Well, this judgment is coming. And when they came out from the house of judgment where he had been condemned, that man who married that woman was found condemned, guilty, evil, wicked, a rebel against God. This plan was a plan of infiltration. This son is not a son of Israel. Continue to camp with the others. You're not part of the camp of Dan. You don't have no inheritance, and neither are you part of the internal workings of the tribe. You may keep our law, you may dwell among us until the Jubilee in which you can go back home. And she goes with him. You, your wife, and your son can go back to Egypt, to the west.
Well, you know, some women may be watching right now and be like, well, I'm Israel. She was Israel. Why she don't get to stay? Why don't she get a part?
Listen, the covenant of Israel is with the man.
Hear this, ladies.
The covenant of Israel is with the man.
Yes.
It is with the woman who have not had a husband. Do you understand? Once the woman have a husband, she belongs to that tribe. You understand? The covenant is with the man. The portion, everything that she is to get, is attached to the man that she is to marry. So if she marry outside the tribe, she negates all of her right to the tribes. If you marry outside the 12 tribes, you are now receiving the portion of where you married to. So if you want something, the reward of in the 12 tribes, you're going to have to marry in the 12 tribes.
Yes.
Now, the woman not having a husband is only entitled to land. Not having a husband, no man, nothing. You have a man, boyfriend, you're sleeping, you're making some ziggy miggy under the table, sneaky Lincoln, you know, this? No, this considered married. The relationship is considered married.
Because you made an agreement.
You have an agreement. This is a marriage. I don't care the level, how you say it, what if there's sex involved, this is considered the marriage. Why? It only takes 3 things to make the marriage covenant: food, the exchange of clothes and adornings for the woman, and sex. As long as the man does these 3 things for you, you marry. If he give you money, this married. What food? You take you out to dinner. It's very easy. Take you to dinner. He buy you some outfit, a hat, socks, a ring, jewelry, anything, some gift, and sex. Married. You don't like it? Go back, and you can fight with upper management. I don't care. This 3 things, you're married. It's very fast. Okay? And this man, the 4th pillar of marriage is this man is supposed to claim and protect you and endow you, proclaim you as his wife. He did these 3 things. He has to say, this is my wife. She has to say, and I accept him as my husband. I give him my body. We are together. That's it. This is the 4th part. This is the hidden part. He proclaimed, this my wife. I married her. That's it. Why does it work this way, Sheikh? You say this? Because if a man is in the jungle and there is nobody around, This is how he may take a wife. He don't need nobody else. It's between these four basic things and God. That's it. If I am alone, if I come to a new country and there is another woman and she is single and she is alone, and I take care about her, I give her these three things: clothes, some food, some ziggy miggy, I proclaim this woman my wife. This my wife. Nobody can take her from me. If she's leave, this adulterous woman. If I don't proclaim her, now we in fornication. You see? If she have a father, now I have taken something from this man, this his daughter, without his permission. Now I have a problem and I have to sort out to make some sort of peace.
So you women, it is a lie if you believe that you are not the wife until you have your wedding day. That's a lie.
So this man came out condemned, where he had been condemned. The son of the daughter of Israel expressed and reviled the great and glorious name of manifestation, which he had heard at Mount Sinai. So the children didn't even know the Most High's name was Yah until Mount Sinai, which is 3 months after they left from Egypt, from the west, and defiled and execrated the name of his mother was Shelomit. So the son was so mad that he couldn't receive an inheritance and he couldn't be accepted. See, this is the problem. He couldn't be accepted to receive the fullness of a tribal member because this man is from Egypt and he just wanted to infiltrate and get in and take again from our land, from our resources. He wanted to again infiltrate and try to bring down the nation again because he wanted to try to give the power back to Egypt. This infiltrator. That's okay. Our law, we have insulation against these measures. You take the woman, okay. You, this woman, and this son, now you all Egyptian.
Ooh.
She forsake all rights to her family and bloodline because she married this man. This woman's name was Shelomit. Okay? The daughter of Deborah. Right? So you'll see the word debris. This debris is no word. She was Deburi, meaning she was the daughter of Deborah. Deborah had daughters. She's from this family. Of the tribe of Dan. Okay? This is one of 4 judgments which were brought before Musa the prophet, Moses the prophet, Moshe the prophet, who decided them by the dictate of the word, who is above. They were judgments about money and about life. In judgments of money, Moses was prompt. Musa was quick. It's a money issue. No problem. You make some payment like this. This is the judgment. Very fast. Money. If you owe, no problem. You make a payment plan. You pay as you can. As long as you're making the payment, you have 7 years to finish this. Bye. Somebody can take 20 years to pay $20? Technically, yes. Why would he? I don't know, maybe some bitterness, some anger or something, but it's really foolish to stretch it out that long for $20. And the court, we can say, no, you give him $20 and we finish this foolishness. We don't want to waste time with petty issues in the court. Okay? But in the judgment of life, he was deliberate, slow by delay. Each party, Moshe said, I have not heard, meaning that Moses, in the moment, would have an idea about the judgment, but he would say, I've heard you, but I have not heard the judgment from the Most High. And go to the other side and say, I've heard you, but I have not heard the judgment of the Most High. When this comes, when you are dealing with this matters of judgment, we teach you here in this tradition. Before we bring everybody together and we say what the judgment is, we're going to hear this side. And well, I haven't heard the final on the matter of judgment, but I accept everything you say here, and I believe this is the truth. I go to the other side, okay, I accept this matter of judgment. I heard everything you say, and I believe this matter is the truth. We'll be right back.
So it's not rash in decision.
All righty, we are back. So, we are not rash in decisions. So you can see this is the technique. Right? Now, the Moses says to both sides, I have not heard, that he might teach the chiefs of the Sanhedrin of Israel, who were to arise after him, to be prompt in judgments respecting money, but slow in judgments that affect life, and not to be ashamed to inquire for counsel in cases that should be too hard for them. For as much as Moses, Musa, the Rabban, the teacher of Israel, Rabbi of Israel, Rabbi Sheikh of Israel, had need to say, I have not heard. Therefore, they shut him up in the house of confinement till the time that it should be explained to them by the decree of the word of Yah. So, after this son, had done these things, okay, they arrested him. And we make him to stay in this tent. You stay here. We bring food, we bring drink. What? We understand you are angry, but we have to find out what is the judgment in this matter. Stay here. So now, this man, with his wicked plan, his wife, who thinks she is smarter than the word of the Most High, and the son that she has groomed into this lie, not accepting the law, they came to infiltrate. All right. Now he's in the house of confinement. This has become a matter of life and death. We need to discuss this deeper. And Yah spake with Moshe, saying, Bring the blasphemer without the camp, and let the witnesses who heard his blasphemy and the judges lay their hands upon his head. So now we bring this person out into the wilderness. We're not doing this in the camp. Ain't no bloody messes allowed in the camp. We take this outside. And we bring the witnesses and we bring the judges. And everybody, they lay their hands on this man's head. And let the whole congregation stone him with stones.
Woo.
And speak thou with the sons of Israel, saying, a man, young or old, who shall blaspheme the now known name of his Allah shall bear his sin. So you didn't know it in Egypt either. You knew it after. And you don't know it now, except I am revealing it to you. And now the name is known. You shall bear the sin now. Whosoever expresseth and revileth the name of Yah shall verily be put to death. And all the congregation shall cast stones upon him. So we now have a law to stone people who misuse this name. I don't care what you do with all the others. Whether he be a sojourner or native born, when he has blasphemed the name that is alone, he shall die. And this name is alone. Nobody uses it. Nobody knows it except those who come in to serve and obey. For those who have read the manuscripts of the law and the historical manuscripts of the people who are of the people. And if a man destroy the life of any one of the children of Israel, he shall verily be put to death by the sword. If you touch the children of Israel, you will die by the sword. The sword, it goes by two names. One, you either get the real sword and we kill that man, or war. And he who destroyeth the life of an animal shall make it good. A living animal for a living animal. You can't go around killing these animals. You're only sanctioned to kill for the sacrifice for food, not sport. And if you do kill one, you have to replace it with one. So this is why we breed certain animals, to replace them. We give them life. We're not just eating them. A man who inflicteth a blemish on his neighbor, whatsoever he hath done shall be done to him. The value of a fracture for a fracture. The value of an eye for an eye. The value of the tooth for a tooth. Whatsoever blemish he inflicteth upon the man, the same shall be rendered unto him. And I don't care what race you are. I don't care what people you come from. I don't care who supports you in whatever you may be a part of. This law now stands by the decree of the Most High. Don't cause his people no harm. And to the people of Israel, do not allow them to cause any more harm to any one of us. The one who commits the crime, I don't want prison time. I don't want arrest. I don't care about his job. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, blemish for blemish, fracture for fracture, breaking for breaking. Equal measure to all.
So, for example, like I was in a domestic violence. If we were in our own land, this law would have applied.
This law does apply, and it's applied the same, but there is a deeper investigation in domestic cases.
Okay.
You see?
Yes, sir.
The husband have the right to correct his wife. He have the right to correct his children. There is no way for the woman to override or overrise over that man.
Yes.
If he is correcting her because she has tried to assert herself over him in a matter of judgment, he have every right to put her down. She's standing up to him like a man in his house.
Yes, yes. I've done that.
Who is this strange man that want to rise up with me in my house?
Right.
Even when men live together, there is a rule. There is a respect and a hierarchy. So when we talk about domestic matters, it is a deeper investigation.
Okay. Yes, sir.
However, the judgment, if found guilty, is the same. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, and blow for blow. However, none is innocent.
Yes.
None is innocent. So you may find this person is doing something, causing provocations. Maybe she's striking a blow and he's defending himself.
Right.
In what case do you judge this matter? It's the
Same. Yes.
The man don't have the right to just strike the woman, and the woman don't have the right to strike the man.
Right.
Why are you even striving like this? He asked you to make something? What did he ask you? A sandwich? Make him a sandwich.
Right.
You have nothing else to do. You don't have to work. You don't have to do nothing. Make him a sandwich. You the wife.
Yes.
You need help. You have children. You can't do everything. Okay, get you some help. Get him another wife.
Right.
You wash the kids and she make the sandwiches.
Right. Why go hire a maid when you can just get a sister wife?
Get your sister wife. It's cheaper.
Yes. Oh, goodness.
So you say, oh, Rabbi Sheikh, you sound like you endorse domestic violence. No, I don't endorse domestic violence. I do endorse order, however. There cannot be two heads in the home.
That's right.
If this man is alcoholic or drug addict or something, we understand. We have to get this man treatment. Okay? We have to deal with him. There's going to be other issues. That's why I said it calls for a deeper investigation.
Yes, sir.
It's not, oh, we heard that she's hitting the woman, we're going to beat him. No. Wait. This is a domestic.
Right. Investigate the matter.
We have to investigate the whole home.
Yes.
But there is a problem in this house.
Yes.
The Satan is in here. Now we have to figure out where the Satan it's coming in from.
Right.
We have to find out where it's coming.
Yes.
What? The Satan? Yes, the Satan is here.
Yes. Yes.
Our law does not bring into this situation,
Right.
which means you are bringing in the Satan. Where is the idol?
Right.
The idol, yes, there's a graven image in here. Somebody believes something that is not true,
Right.
be it the man or the woman.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have to make a big investigation and bring the whole matter and the whole household into judgment. Why? Because this could be a matter of life and death. Oh, you surprised. Domestic can lead to life and death matter? Yes. This life and death.
Right.
Right? At the least, we can heal the family and solve the matter and move forward. On the average, you may find there may be some need of a divorce. But the problem with divorce, every divorce lead to a death.
Yes.
Every divorce in this law lead to a death. What? I promise you, every divorce lead to death. Why? It's because the way the law entangles, it is very difficult to navigate out of covenants. So, what happens? If the first man that she divorced is wicked, okay, this man, we have to get him counseling and this. In truth, this man may believe that he has gotten away with something, and whatever wickedness he's hidden in his heart, it was not found, so he continues to do it. Now he will do it again, and we catch him. We find the idol, we see his rebellion, and that he is trying to turn the daughters of Zion into harlots. Death penalty. This is very fast. What? This man, you was wrong with this woman. Well, my father gave me this one, he forced me, this, I don't want the papa, she don't agree with me, we don't work together. Okay, divorce. You get with this next woman. This is your choice. And you wasn't even supposed to divorce the one your father gave you. At no time. You see, it's very quick. Very quick. Or maybe you choice this one, but it don't work out. Now you choice another one. Now this don't work. No. You're making harlots around here. Death penalty. It's very quick. Then also when you're talking about the woman and now, she's difficult with this man and she's being contentious and striving and arguing. She wants her way. She thinks she always right. She know everything, blah, blah, blah. Okay, now you divorce. Now she get to the next man and she says that man was the problem. But then she get with this man and she does the same thing. Now we're starting to see there's a problem with this woman. This woman, she's not right. She's cloaking her harlotry in marriage covenants to ensnare and shed innocent blood amongst men. She's bringing in confusion. There's a death penalty here. How will you know? Because easy, after she divorced this man, she's not allowed to marry again. Now she's going to sit alone. She's going to sit alone for the rest of her life till she dies. But we know that she won't. We know she have this spirit of harlotry, so she will go and try to get a third man. But she cannot. Because the second man who married her, he's stuck. He have to keep food in her house. Now when she go over here to be with the third man, we kill her and the man she committed adultery with. Death. This is the law. So you see how long it takes? Oh, it's a long process to get to the death.
But it gets there.
We're going to get there because you're going to make it certain that you die. That's what you're doing every time you breaking the rules or think you're getting away with something.
Verse 21.
He who killeth a beast shall restore it, but he who slayeth a man shall be slain. He who kills a beast shall restore it, but he who slayeth a man shall be slain. One judgment shall you have for the stranger and for the native, the indigenous. For I am Yah, your Allah. So this is one judgment, and that's when you're living together. This is the decree of the Most High and His people. It's not eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth just among us. It's an eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth for us and everybody we live among. And since they won't return us to our land, now the law is effective in their lands. Let's see how fast they work out to get us back on our own land so they can stop dealing with it. Because now black people have the right to take an eye and an eye and a tooth for a tooth on every nation and every people, no matter what. You know, they're going to keep this one quiet in the algorithm.
Oh, yeah.
And Moshe spake with the sons of Israel, and they brought forth the blasphemer without the camp and stoned him with stones, dead. And the sons of Israel did it by laying their hands upon him, leading him away, hanging and burying him, as Yah has commanded. So they hung him, stoned him, and buried him, all in the same day. He was dead, dead, dead. And Yah spake with Moshe, saying, in the mountain of Sinai, saying, I'll get to that tomorrow. One step at a time, one day at a time. Because we're getting ready to go into now our agricultural laws. Zida'im. This is one of them, one of the sections. So we'll get to that.
Well, I just say to us women, be careful who you're marrying, who you entangling yourself with. Need to be very, very careful who you having children with. Stay within your own. Because it's not about you. It's about that man. That's all I got to say about that one.
One step at a time, one day at a time. We'll get there tomorrow.